drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, discord popping. Somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. Admin's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. Why not one racing? Say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, discord popping. Somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. Admin's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night. Engine screaming, fists up tight. Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to CRN's live coverage of the 191 Motorsports. We're here at the Kentucky Speedway. Beautiful little track here in Kentucky that is 1.5 mile tri-oval. The biggest kind of weirdness of this track is the tri-oval in the front. It's not necessarily, the shape of the tri-oval, but it's kind of the shape of the apron. And you'll see the drivers they go down there, use that apron, but it's really where the apron kind of spreads out and goes up towards the track, as you see right there riding with Mike Casey towards turn number 1. It's a little funky, and a lot of times it can catch these drivers off guard if they haven't been practicing it, if it's their first look on it, because it's not like other 1.5 mile tri-ovals here that you see here, like your Vegas or your Kansas. It's just got that little quirk right there, and it doesn't seem like much, but we've seen it screw a lot of people up in the past. We'll see what happens here tonight. Good sized field out here. Looks like about 25 cars ready to finish up their qualifying and take the green flag here tonight. Carl Hammer joined in the booth by Jimmy Covert. Jimmy, this is a pretty good track here at Kentucky. I mean, other than the little quirk that I mentioned, but usually here under the lights it provides some pretty good racing.
Yeah, it's Kentucky. It's I think it falls, like you said, you were kind of comparing to other tracks, and it does fall under with those. Just obviously that front stretch is a little bit different, but every track has its own little quirk, whether it's a from one to the next. The corners can be a little different. The banking, the front stretch, a tri-oval, a quad oval, whatever it may be. Pit entries, pit exits, all kinds of different things here. But tonight will be 191, and it does look like we have 25 drivers out here tonight qualifying. Still got a few minutes left. If you can see the timer up there in the top left. So once they're done with their qualifying, I'll bring up that list.
Yeah, well, we got a moment. We'll take a look at the point standings coming in, and after tonight, we'll be halfway through the season. So the second half awaits, starting with beautiful Auto Club coming up in 2 weeks' time. But the point standings, as it stands, heading into the halfway point, it is Roger Saucier, Bryce Saucier, on top of the boards with 2 wins, and he's got a 5-point lead now over Mike Casey as they shift back and forth at the top of the boards. Mike Casey also with 2 wins on the season. Billy Rickett in third, Michael Rakes in fourth. Both of them have a single win on the season as well, and they've kind of been the class of the field here so far. Another 20 points back to Andrew Jones in the top 5, Zane Bierman, Travis Noble, Matthew Jordan, Douglas Ivey, and Tony Brennan rounding out your top 10 in the points after 6 races here. But really looking to see who's got the hot shoe here tonight, see if we get another race winner here in the books and make it 5 different winners over 7 races, with obviously Saucier and Casey being the only double winners here on the season. But looks like the qualifying is, I believe, done. Just waiting for the results to finish up here. As it's just finishing, but it looks like it's going to be Matthew Jordan taking the pole here tonight once it decides to finish up. There we go. Now we're getting it good. So Jimmy, why don't you give us that 25-car rundown?
Yeah, 25-car rundown of tonight's starting order. It's going to be Matthew Jordan on the pole here, and at number 23, followed on the outside with the number 98 of Jason Crispin, and then Douglas Ivey and Patrick Gentner Gentner back there in row number 2. Row number 3, Michael Casey and Kenny Kuko. Zane Bierman and Andrew Jones for row number 4. Billy Rickett and Paul Helms make up row number 5. Row number 6, Travis Noble and Michael Rakes. And then row number 7, Levi Poland back out there with Wade Inyard. Row number 8, Scott Henderson and Ken Yule. Tony Brennan and Thomas Osborne back in row number 9. And then back through the rest of the field. Starting with row number 10 is going to be Robbie Miner with Chris Perry. Dale Garner Jr. with Steve Harris on row number 11. Row number 12, Heezy Hardy with Shane Wielden, and then Tanner McAllister back there on row number 13, all by himself.
Yeah, good to see Scruffy taking the pole here tonight, and I do got something about Scruffy here, Matthew Jordan, and that's the point that I just got a few text messages earlier today, Jimmy, from a man that we haven't had a chance to race with him recently, but Paul Butler, as he was at Michael Jordan's high school today, because I guess he has a nephew in town that's playing basketball there, and it's the same arena that Michael Jordan played basketball at in high school, and even got cut from the high school basketball team. But to tie it all back into to Matthew Jordan, because you can clearly see the family resemblance if you've seen a picture of Michael Jordan and Matthew Jordan alongside each other. Clear family resemblance between those two. But I digress. We'll see if the Matthew version here can get himself a win in the number 23 here tonight and claim his first victory on the season. But Jason Crispin's another one that you always kind of look to see if he can finally break through. And it seems like once he gets on a good run, he stays up there. But it's can he kind of finish the races? There's so many times we've seen that 98 up front challenging for wins, sometimes dominating, and either incidents happen or pit strategy goes by the wayside because of cautions in weird places or whatever. But the 98 always a threat to break through and get the win. Douglas Ivey has certainly been looking pretty racy this season as well. Maybe the new paint scheme, the Cortiva AgriScience, seemed like it was running pretty good in was it Kansas that I think we had there? Oh, no, it was Iowa. Sorry, obviously Iowa. with the corn. Yeah, so it's because my trading paints clearly isn't updating, so I'll try and get a refresh. But I'm still seeing Iowa paint schemes out there. But either way, we'll see which paint scheme crosses that line first here tonight. As the pace card lights are out, it's time to go racing here in Kentucky. As we got 125 laps on tap, green flag waving, and we're racing.
And away they go here as 23 takes the flag there, and 33 Douglas Ivy with a fantastic jump there, almost perfect timing for give 23 a shove to the front and brings along the likes of Mike Casey right up in the third, St. Bierman up in the third, Billy Rickett up in fifth, so that inside line taking huge advantage of a start. But there's going to be an early caution. As a see what happened. I don't see any slow cars on the field, but caution is out.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if this was because of the start. I mean, the outside line just seemed like it never got going there, and maybe kind of a false start called here by the trigger happy Big Daddy up there in the booth. But well, we'll see. I doubt they're going to give positions back here and get this thing reset. But I didn't see any kind of issues, any kind of accidents. I didn't see anything pop up, anybody dropping a ton of spots. So yeah, I'm not sure what this one involved here. But either way, it looks like I think Trading Paints now has refreshed for me, because I got a new paint scheme on Matthew Jordan. Definitely a new paint scheme on 33 Douglas Ivy as well. Same one, the Modelo. Good looking Modelo paint scheme still on the number 6 there of Mike Casey. Now, I was kind of disappointed, Jimmy. I mentioned to you I went to see the unofficial band of CRN Skillet this past Friday, and we were trying to take a look at the beverage options while we were there, and there was a little beer tent right when we got there, and they had a few of the normals on tap, your Miller Lights, your Yinglings, and things like that. But I've seen often distance to see another tent that it was a Modelo tent. I'm like, okay, all right, I like Modelo. Well, let's check out what's going on over there. No Modelo there. So sorry to say for myself and for my case, the other Modelo fans out there, there was no Modelo on tap. But it didn't mean we didn't find something else to partake in. And let's just say the wife had a good time as well. We'll just put it that way. But I digress. Either way, hopefully we get to see a good race out here.
$20 tall boy.
No, actually, reasonable prices, considering it was a concert, and I think it was just kind of the local flair of it is why the prices maybe kept it down here a little bit. But yeah, well, I'll try and double check once we get back going here with race control and see, and maybe get a peek behind the curtains and find out what happened here on this reset, and that's what it looks like it's going to be here, because I see Jason Chrisman back up there in second place. I would assume they'll probably just clear all the black flags here, but this looks like it is going to be a full reset here on the field, and I'm guessing if something happened, maybe Matthew Jordan getting that little extra push from Douglas Ivy kind of a little early. I don't know. I'm not sure what it was, but no false starts here issued. I don't see anybody going to the back of the field and getting the little slap on the wrist. So we should see the pace car lights off this time by. Keep an eye on it, and indeed, we're going to get this thing back under green this time. Hopefully green for, well, I'd say for good, but at least till lap number 25 for the comp caution.
Carl, it's almost like they should, instead of having a comp caution, let them have a 25-lap shootout for their qualifying. And then where they sit, that's their qualifying order. And then bring them in here to the race. That way just, make them not, don't stop. You just got to get out there. I know a lot of drivers, I don't know. I'm not a fan of comp cautions. Never have been. If you suck, you suck, and then you fall to the back. That's your own fault. Your own fault. Don't worry about them cautions, and because you can take advantage of them, obviously, and that's what some people haven't been able to do. You start, you come late, you end up starting out of pits. If you stay on the lead lap, you get the lucky dog, get back on the lead lap, and no harm, no foul. But yeah, not a huge fan of comp cautions, but you know how I am. I'm a little tough on the drivers when it comes to officiating. You know, there's a lot of things. Just step it up. You want it to be like real life? Let's step it up. Comp cautions aren't a thing. But anyways, let's get out there. I guess maybe them. What were they doing? Them aren't called comp cautions. What were they called? After a certain amount of laps, it'd be a finish and be like points or something.
The stage breaks.
Stage breaks.
The stage breaks.
Those things. I hated those. Hated them.
Well, Jimmy, I got to say, if you look at SDK, and I know they can clear them quickly here, but that is the most black flags I've ever seen on SDK. As I think all drivers but five, maybe? I think all drivers but five have a black flag right now. But there we go. They are all cleared. And we'll get this thing underway now. A little bit better of a start there for Jason Christian, but already fallen back to fifth place. So clearly, inside is an advantage. We'll see if that plays out the rest of the race here. If and when we have the restarts, you know, the leaders obviously have a lane choice, but it seems like the inside line might be the preferred choice already here tonight. Matthew Jordan leads the way. Douglas Ivey, Michael Casey, Zane Bierman, Billy Rickett for your top five, as Rickett battling with the 98 of Chrisman on the outside. Kuko, Gettner, Noble, and Jones currently for your top 10, as we now have an official start of the race.
Yeah, officially.
And maybe an official caution on this, right? We seen it right there, right off. Not sure whose nose it was off of, but I seen Travis Noble go spinning right across my screen. We'll go back and take a look and see what brought this one out. Looks like Levi Poland right there. Oh, and so some pretty heavy neck code there as well. They may have eventually made contact anyway, but looks like Poland trying to come up from the apron there, and the 70 of Noble. And shocker, Jimmy, the first official caution, right exactly where I mentioned it. It's so funky. The way the line is painted on the track, the way the apron kind of joins up to the tri-oval in between the tri-oval and turn one. It's so hard to kind of understand what the heck is going on there if you don't have a lot of experience at this track, and the two, the 91 and the 70 coming together on this one to bring out the first caution.
Yeah, it's you can see here obviously the 91 down on the lower side there, and I'll go ahead and hop on board, and you kind of see from Levi's kind of perspective what's kind of going on. Obviously right now we're picking up is the 70 is clear to come down, but as he's coming down, you know, across this line here, he's still above the yellow line, just kind of barely comes below it. But right here in this area, and it does look like maybe Levi started running it down here. This is that weird part you're talking about, and just nowhere for kind of Levi to go. And it's tough. I hate that corner so much because you do have a tendency to run down there on that apron, and that's literally you know, just kind of the product, I think, of the track itself here, like you were talking about early on. And you know, tough break there for the 70, again spun out coming across. But back to the track, the 70 is, and we'll get things going once again here. And I think the drivers will figure this thing out. They got 14 more laps before their comp caution, so give them a few more reps here and get it figured out. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good race here once I get that figured out. But that one corner is just it's like somebody got drunk with a paint line or something. it's pretty bad.
Oh yeah, and it's so tough because you can't really follow, you know, what's banking and what's not when you're down there in the car, and when you're trying to get around this thing. And it's so weird to get on there. It seemed like the 91 stayed above the yellow line, but it was to the point where yeah, he maybe dipped down a little bit, because that's the typical shape of a tri-oval. It didn't work out too well for him. But either way, back racing here, and it is the 98 figured out the restart on this one, because he is shot out to the lead right now, as Matthew Jordan falling back here a little bit through the field, and now he is the one that is back in 6th place. But Jason Chrisman up at the front, Michael Casey in 2nd, Bierman, Ivy, and Rickett for your top 5. Then you got Jordan, Kuko, Rakes, Jones, and Gettner for your top 10. Already up 12 spots is Tanner McAllister back there in 13th as he started shotgun on the field. And maybe another one where we talk about it. iRating doesn't really matter. You gotta see where the drivers actually are, because you don't know how much they do official racing. You don't know how much you get screwed in official racing. You can have a driver that's really good, and all of a sudden, they're like, how are they this good when they got such a low iRating? Well, I mean, Tanner McAllister, one of the the third lowest iRating in this race here. But it really doesn't mean anything, and that's why, like in core, we have our own driver rating system. Based on their results in core, we can get a better gauge of what kind of driver they are and what division they should be in and things like that. But all we have to go on here is seeing the first couple races here from Tanner McAllister and getting an idea of how good he is. And right now, pretty good start.
Yeah, pretty good start, and it's just all about sometimes you just get unlucky too, or maybe you just like doing the draft master things. Week 13 is kind of atrocious when it comes to iRating. There's not even really many things out there to get your iRating back up. It's very few and far between. This week was week 13 for the drivers out there. A lot of changes coming, I think, more for the road side than the oval side. Different layouts for leagues to choose from, whether it's IMSA or WEC or whatever other formats there are. And it can affect the car. Carl, I was in one practice where my tires and gas were being changed at the same time. And then I went into another practice and tires and fuel were separated. So, and also at the GT3s, believe it or not, I thought they felt pretty good on cold tires. It wasn't as bad as I thought that I remembered it.
It could very well be the fact that you're so used to driving on the absolute crap edge with LMP2s that any car will feel fantastic. I mean, hell, you could drive a car with 2 tires out here and it probably feel better than the LMP2 did on 4 fresh ones. But either way, we see some good 3-wide battling here up towards the front as the field all condensed together here. And obviously everybody wanting to it's kind of feel each other out, but also knowing that the Cup caution coming up here in just a few laps, so you don't want to put yourself in a bad situation, wreck the car, wreck anybody else. But it doesn't mean you can't get to some racing here, as you can throw a blanket right now over the top 8 cars before you have about a 1-second gap back to Andrew Jones kind of leading that second pack there in 9th. But right now leading the way is Jason Chrisman at the front, seeing Scruffy Jordan move himself back up into 5th place down there on the inside of the 16, still doing some battling. And I mean, we're gonna have the caution here. We're gonna have everybody come into the pits, and you have 4 sets of tires in the pits. You gotta take tires. There's no question about it. So you'll still have 3 sets of tires for the last 100 laps of this race. And if you're worried about not making it 100 laps on 3 extra sets of tires, basically new set of tires every 25 laps. I mean, we drive the cars hard, Jimmy, and we suck at saving tires. We can make that work. I mean,
I'm pretty sure I can make that work. It's kind of obviously, with those new rules that are going to be coming into play, changing tires and fuel, at separate times, creates the ability to force the driver to save their tires a little bit, get out there and run double stints on the same set of tires, like 2 full tanks on the same set of tires, or 3. We've even, the LMP2 at Le Mans, we were able to run at least 4. I think Carl did a 5. I mean, that's huge when it comes down to, time in the pits. So, you figure, 4 times, if you skip tires 4 times and it says 30 seconds to change a set of tires, that's, a good amount of time that you can make up on the track. That's also when, they're changing tires, they also don't take, they don't fix damage either. So, We used to racing like that, I guess, a few years ago, and it was like that all the time.
Fantastic. It was fantastic.
but
I
it
used to
was,
love
def-
double, triple, quad, stinting tires. It was great. Those were the good old days. And even I mentioned when they first came out with the updated tire models for the dirt tracks, how they wore through the race. You actually had to conserve them to make it all the way to the end. It was great until they kind of backed off of it and made it a little more user friendly. Boo. But yeah, I mean, if they got these new rules, especially for the, like you said, the GT, the endurance side of it, where they're not changing tires and fuel at the same time. I mean, we were gaining time just for not changing tires and not having to deal with those cold tires coming right back out under green flag conditions. And I know they changed the tires and the fuel at the same time here in and the NASCAR type of vehicles on the ovals, but it's a situation where if you're looking at double stint tires, like in this case right here, where you have only a 25 lap run, or you're trying to save some tires to make them last for a second time out there. Yeah, you're going to save some time by just taking fuel, but it's really that transition, that lap or two that you have to deal with cold tires, that you're going to lose a little bit of time, which you wouldn't if you decided not to take tires. But it looks like this time by, we should be getting the comp caution. Michael Casey has taken the lead here. Chrisman back to second. Kuko, Ivy, Rakes for your top five, and you can see them all kind of spread out now as they're like, okay, all right, we can settle back down now. We had some fun. The yellow flag is now out, and we'll bunch them back up here. And looks like my training paint's still not 100% official, because I'm still seeing the country time number 91 here for Levi Poland, but I see on the stream it's a different one. But that's, as long as you guys out there and Sierra Nation see the right one, or as best as we can do, because even we have some issues here sometimes and get a little cranky about it. But we're under caution here, and all this talk about fuel and tires, I think you're going to see all kinds of fuel, all kinds of tires on this pit stop for everyone. I don't think there's been any kind of overlap well enough that you're going to want to stay out there and get track position. It's way too early in this race. Still got 100 laps to go here, and you're going to want to get in here and get some fresh rubber on these cars, and that's what you see right here. And it looks like Chris Perry has a meatball as well. Not sure where that happened on the 34, but this will be an opportunity to use that fast repair and get it all fixed up no matter what happened.
Yeah, it's kind of, he does have some major right damage there. That'd be where the meatball comes in, but hopefully he's got a fast repair. It's unchecked, or checked, so he can take that and get that number 34 back up to tip-top shape there. And it does, as some sliding action as people depart, and they lighten up the tires, leaving here, taking fuel and tires, trying to get back out there. Mike Casey's gonna win the battle off pit road with Jason Chrisman in second, Kenny Kuko up there in third, Michael Rakes in fourth, Zane Bierman's gonna be back in fifth, Douglas Ivy in sixth, Billy Rickett in seventh, Scuffy's gonna come out in eighth, Andrew Jones back in ninth, and Levi Poland in 10th. And then you got Patrick Ginter, Paul Helms, Dale Garner Jr., and then your biggest mover, number 17 of Tanner McAllister in 14th. Scotty back there in 15th, Shane, and then Tony Brennan, Easy Hardy, Ken Yule, Wade Inyard, Thomas Osborne, Robbie Weiner, Chris Perry, good old Steve Harris, and Travis Noble coming out here. He's on the lead lap now, so everybody's on the lead lap, and got service done for their cars, and we'll get this thing started back up here shortly.
Speaking of Wade Inyard, I want to give a shout out to him and Kim from Kim's Cups and More, one of the sponsors here for the series, as well as Beyond the Edge and One Division EMS and Transports, but also a sponsor for the race is going to be next Sunday, and it's not going to be 191, or should I say not just 191, because we got the CRN Cup coming up next Sunday night. So 191 will be off for the week. We're going to have multiple races that you get to watch here on CRN with the CRN Cup. All the leagues that we broadcast here getting together and competing against each other for some pride, surprises, and to see which which league is going to take home the CRN Cup, the defending champions CSRL from Wednesday night. Looking to stack another team together to get the cup right back in their stables. But right now, a little over 50 drivers signed up, a little over $400 up for grabs as well, and quite a bit of that from Kim's Cups and more. And there's going to be some other things for you out there in CRN Nation, as all you have to do is tune in. You have to find out what the key word is that you'll have to type in the chat. But if and when you do, you'll be entered for a chance to win a custom CRN t-shirt just for listening in and tuning into the broadcast next week. But that's next week. We got to finish this one up here right now, and hopefully we get to see a lot of the 191 drivers out there for the CRN Cup next week. As right now, it is. If I can find them, it is 8 drivers here in 191 that are currently signed up, ready to compete for their league to try and bring it home. But right now, Michael Casey is trying to compete for the win here, trying to get his 3rd win on the season. Maybe take the points lead back, because the points leader not here tonight, unless I'm missing something. I don't remember hearing his name, seeing his name, but that is not going to be the way to do it. As I'll have to take a look back and see what happened. I glanced away for a second. All of a sudden, I look back and see that 6 in the wall, and here it is again. I mean, coming down the track a little bit too much. And 12 looked like he was kind of tucked down there on that line. But Kuko gets together with the 6 of Casey, and Chrisman gives him an extra shot there as they're going by. Really know where that know where that Chrisman can go. Not sure how much damage the 98 has. The 12 probably doesn't have much damage at all. But the 6, he's got a lot of damage. He's got a meatball on that car, and let's take a look at it here one more time. And you see the 12 diving down there. Just had a little nose in the inside, and maybe Casey didn't realize, maybe he didn't get the call from the spotter, but comes all the way down the track, and a little net code involved, I think, here as well too, Jimmy.
Right. Yep, yeah, net code is what bounced her around to the right. Not so much Kuko getting into the side there. It's just really close racing and trying to hold Kuko down there, and that net code just popped the rear end out. Sent Michael Casey around for a little ride, so he's gonna have some work to do for himself, as he was pretty much he missed. I don't think anybody hit him. We'll go ahead and put his speed here. We'll just see how fast it just kind of popped him there like that, and got a 98 did get the 6 a shot, so some damage there, but holding the brakes, staying up top. Nobody else involved, but Crispin being involved, Casey involved. Casey with a meatball have to come down and get that thing cleared, but Kuko will be up front here for your leader here, and it does look like Crispy came in as well.
I know he is the birthday boy here tonight. Mike Casey is, so happy birthday to him. But I think both Renee and Jenny may need to keep Mike from popping that rear end out. I know he's maybe trying to celebrate here a little bit, but not the way to do it. Not the way to try and get to the end here of the race, especially for a chance to win. But yeah, like you said, I think just close racing, netcode coming into play. But now that's the second time we've seen netcode. I mean, again, the first incident, they may have eventually made contact there on the front stretch between Poland and Noble, but there was definitely some netcode there as well. So not sure if it's the track or the drivers, or maybe just some internet connections with some of the drivers. I don't know, but if you're a driver and you were behind one of those incidents and you've seen that there wasn't contact, but netcode got involved, I'd be a little bit more worried about racing close here with everyone else. Now, whether they get that message or not, I don't know. Maybe race control can let them know, like, hey, netcode is certainly a factor here tonight, so be aware and give each other maybe a little bit extra room, give each other an extra foot of room to make your passes. But we're gonna double them up here and get this thing back underway, and as we do, top 10 is going to look like this: Kenny Kuko, Douglas Ivey, Matthew Jordan, Zane Bierman, Billy Rickett for your top 5. Then you got Poland, Jones, Helms, Gertner, and Garner Jr. for your top 10.
Yeah, I think, obviously you see that, especially if you see it, if somebody called it out, like, hey, that was netcode. you'd be a little more weary. I know we've had races here in the past, Carl, at Kentucky, and I thought it was just some of the cars that we were using at the time, but it does seem pretty prominent here. I don't know if it's just the track itself, but because of the way the lines are supposed to go, you know, obviously a lot of math involved with, you know, transferring data back and forth here, you know, who's where and, you know, exactly on the track, but, you know, they do it's hard, you know, a lot of iRacing gets a pretty bad rap sometimes because sometimes it is a little bit too much at times, but like there's no give and take at all. So anyways, it happens. But we're back under green here, and Kenny Kuko will lead them down into turn number 1. You can see here Ryan Bard with Ken Yule there coming down across that weird line there, and we'll take a lap around here with Ken and see how things kind of fare out here as he's in P number 13 at the moment. He's up a couple spots from his start position of P number 15, and he's going to work his way around here, try to get in here and get a good run in here, and maybe try to get another position. There's a few drivers kind of stuck up there on the outside, but nobody really kind of settling into any kind of single file line, Carl. Is this track, like you said, you can run multiple lines. It's just sometimes a little better to be down on that inside. And then you see Wade Inyard blasted by Ken Yule, catching up there to Scruffy.
I think one of the worst netcodes I've seen. I just seen recently on a video on Facebook. There were two LMP2s about to go into Erosion Radio, and they went in there sideways, which I don't recommend, no matter what car you're going in there, going sideways. But there's about a foot in between the two cars, and right there, I think it's just seen live some more netcode bringing out another caution. But as I was mentioning, I'll finish my thought here real quick. About a foot in between the two LMP2s, and randomly the back end just completely exploded off of one of them without any kind of contact. But there again, I mean, I don't know if you want to, attribute that one right there to netcode. I don't know if it's, the air kind of getting taken off that left rear of the 31. But to me, that's not contact right there. I mean, eventually, like right there, there might have been contact, but that was already after the 31 got loose, and unfortunately goes up there, takes out the 64 and the 17 as well. So, yeah, I mean, if Big Daddy's out there listening, or if he's seen these as well, I would definitely be relaying to these drivers that a netcode is a big factor here tonight, as now McAllister and Helms are going to have to clean up a meatball themselves.
Yeah, just kind of getting taken out, burning up meatballs left and right here tonight with these cars. And, it's not, I don't know, that was a weird one, Carl. I mean, to be honest, it maybe just, like you said, maybe you just lost a little air and then felt the car, starting to go around, and give it a little tug to the right, and the front end just shot over right up into the wall. So tough break for the 31, and tough break for the others involved, of Helms and McAllister being collected there. So yeah, it's a tough break, I think, for some of these drivers, but hopefully they'll get it figured out here soon, as we're on lap number 37 of 125. These laps will continue to tick away slowly but surely here as of right now, and I'm sure they would love to get out there and get some great green flag running that we know they can put on here. And but right now, taking advantage of the cautions is going to be Scruffy Jordan out front, Douglas Ivey in P number 2. Billy Rickett will be in 3rd, and then Zane Bierman, Andrew Jones up there in 5th, and Kenny Kuko slides back to 6th. Levi Poland moving up to 7th, Tony Brennan in 8th, Patrick Gettner back in 9th, and Wade Enyart for your top 10.
I want to thank everybody out there and Sierra Nation for tuning in here tonight. If you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe, get you in touch with everything that Sierra has to offer. As again, we got a full slate here in regards to feeling busy, because we got the Sierra Cup coming up, but it's starting to get a little lighter in the broadcast, just because of the month of June and some series ending, and some getting ready to finish up, and others kind of halfway through, like right here, 191. Again, this race is the 7th race of 14, so we'll be halfway through after this one. We got the Order Brakes Academy. They are I believe they are about coming. They're maybe not coming towards the end, but getting towards the end of their schedule as well. As yeah, they got actually. Am I wrong? Oh yeah, July. That's right. Yeah, so they're in the back half of their schedule as well.
Yeah.
Then on Tuesday, we'll have the season finale for the Core O'Reilly series. Wednesday, we already had the finale, and we'll have another week or two before CSRL kicks off another season for the first half of our doubleheader. Pit Road Speed Limit Racing has just recently started back up, so they're in the early parts of their season. On Thursday, we have, I believe, one more race for VVR as well before they finish up. Or actually, no, they just had their the final race of the season, and we are going to be taking about a month break until they go trucking for the second half of 2026. And then the Core GT is on their 1 month hiatus until the new season starts up again in July. But again, we will have all those leagues competing against each other, 50 plus drivers out there on the track for multiple races. We'll have a road race to start with for 30 minutes, and then we'll have an oval race which will involve heat racing to qualify in, and then we'll have the top 30 drivers running the oval race, and give out a bunch of prizes to not just the drivers, but also some of the fans out there in Sierra Nation. But it's time to get this thing back underway as the pace car, I believe, is in. Yes, okay. I thought I seen a white car up there.
Right now.
Yeah, I seen a white car up there. I'm like, is that the pace car? Is that the lead car? Well, either way, green flag is a waiver from Barney here. Once again, we're back to racing in Kentucky, and hopefully we get a nice little green flag run here. Hopefully, Netcode stays the heck out of this race.
Yeah, just obviously just wanted to kind of get from the back kind of type of start here, and Steve Harris back there in P number 22 is still a little newer here to iRacing. I've talked to Steve a bunch of times, and out there each and every week trying to learn and do his best and try to get a good finish. Obviously, we know Steve loves before he joined any leagues, he was doing a lot of the draft masters basically, and so the high speed Talladega, get your elbows out, try to get a chance to win, and a lot of wrecking, and now taking his skills and honing them in here, and how to drive different cars. This is not a car that was actually on the live service, so the only time you really get a chance to drive it is here with 191. It's a great car. This is the Gen 6 car that used to be the A car, as they called it, but you can't get out there and run any officials, so the only time you get time is practice or out here in the field here. And so Steve trying to get in some nostalgia here on what he kind of missed out on before he started iRacing, but out here just kind of getting some laps in and getting used to all that power. And it can help, obviously with knowing the tracks and the bumps and everything that there is different between one track from the next. But we'll move up through the field here. We'll go up here with Zane Bierman. He's currently sitting in P number 4. I'm taking a break from, I guess, daddy duties before, you hear any crying and mama getting all mad and telling them to come get the kids. So out here right now with the number 55 running in P at number 4, up 3 spots. So trying to get a great finish, podium finish. Maybe you're going to win here. Zane's been there, a lot of times, and just falling a little bit short here for that win. But right now it is Scruffy Jordan. But Billy Rickett challenging here on the bottom and going to take over the lead over the number 23 of Massachusetts.
Yeah, Jordan was able to work his way back up towards the front of the field and take the lead back for a little bit. But now Rickett looks like he wants to get that clean air in the front. They're battling side by side, Ivy and Bierman for third and fourth, right behind them. And then a little bit of a gap back to Kuko in the top 5. You got Andrew Jones and Tony Brennan battling side by side as well. Levi Poland right behind in 8th. And then Wayne Enyart and Travis Noble right now in your top 10. But we are going to have another caution here, as it looks like Robbie Minor going to be involved in a major one here, because he has got a meatball flag, and you see right there, bounced off the wall, and oh my God, Jimmy, the net code is horrible here tonight. That was a ton of room in between the 30 and the 53, and man, hard impact right there, the inside wall. That is what gave Minor the meatball, and unfortunately spins back up on the track, but luckily, right there, the 72 of Scott Henderson. Renee? Scott's awake, at least awake enough to avoid that one right there, and it'll just be a single car incident. But gee, man, I know Pinkston is usually out there, and he's usually listening to our broadcast right here. But I'm going to personally reach out to him and see if he's let these drivers know, because again, I mean, there's not much you can do on that one. Minor, brushed the wall, came off the wall, but it's just the net code really bad here tonight.
Yeah, it's not like we can make anybody can make any adjustments either. There's not a tuning button. There's not, there's no nothing. You're just kind of at the mercy of the internet, the track, the connections between everybody. And there's not even a whole lot of people out here. I mean, there's a good amount of people, but there's only 25 drivers out here. Typically, I've seen huge net code issues with like the open wheel cars, and that's just because of the sheer amount of speed that a lot of them cars could go. But they're going a good clip here tonight, but nothing should be too bad like it is here tonight. And yeah, like you said, we're telling the drivers to give each other room. I mean, a quarter of a car wide. I mean, that's plenty. I mean, he had a good 3 feet before that rear end kicked out. So, yeah, I don't even know what to suggest to the drivers out there, except stay at it and good luck.
Yeah, I mean, you're at the mercy of iRacing, of your connection, of the connection of the driver that's aside of you, the servers, everything. It's certainly close to real life feeling, but that's where the the internet and the virtual part of it comes into play, and unfortunately it doesn't always talk to each other correctly. Yeah, it does sound like it was relayed to the drivers that just be careful out there. It is rough. Normally you're worried about other drivers, you're worried about the track trying to bite back, you're worried about your tires maybe wearing out, or you just slid a little bit and now they're angry. It's the last thing you want to worry about is the unknown. Because like Jimmy said, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can try and give extra room, but yeah, I mean, were you supposed to give a full lane in between cars to have some security? Because that was damn near
single file.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you gotta key up to ask if you can pass somebody. Yeah, that's about the only way. And then
I gotta run. I'm coming.
Go ahead.
Hi. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's just a tough break for the drivers. It's frustrating. I mean, nobody wants to do these laps like this, and they got plenty to go here tonight still. Still over, just about 70 laps to go, just under 70 laps. And, it's a lot of time out here to go 4 or 5 laps, net code happen, 4 or 5 laps, net code happen. And then it's hard enough to control these cars. And then to top it off, you got this phantom bumper out there that'll just spin you occasionally. Definitely not what the drivers want to feel here tonight on a Sunday night. They're trying to, they're running for, championship points and trying to do well and trying to move up and trying to win a race here and just have fun. And sometimes it just becomes not fun. Very much fun, I should say. But nevertheless, we're going to be out here for a few more laps until this thing is over, and we're going to get things going here when Billy Rickett will start him off here as he crosses the start finish, not the start finish line, but the restart zone there, and gets a nice jump there over the 55. Zane Bierman in the 23 of Matthew Jordan on the outside. So Zane Bierman down to the inside, going to be able to take advantage of the position, I think, and along with Andrew Jones. We see Zane Bierman really pushing it, slides out in front of the number 23, trying to get as much speed as possible off that corner. But the 3 down to the inside, looking now, trying to get alongside the 3. And like I said, I think a lot of drivers are weary, but don't not too good, Carl. I mean, no 3 wide back there, right?
Yeah, they're still battling. They're like, okay, yeah, we gotta be careful. All right, yeah, hold my beer. All right, I guess tonight, hold my bourbon, since this is the Bourbon Trail 188. Maybe those that are running the servers here for iRace, we're hitting that bourbon a little bit early here tonight. But yeah, right now, it's still plenty racy out here, and unfortunately, when you get some early cautions like this is what can happen. You can have drivers that are a little bit more aggressive because they think, okay, well, it's starting to be a caution fest. I need to get positions as soon as I can, so I'm working my way through, and that never works. But I do gotta say, I know some of that's usually having a good time out there, and a lot of CRN Nation always having a good time out there. But Renee, proud of Scott Henderson. This early on in the race, already a proud moment for Renee. So I mean, it's already a clap your hands moment. I mean, almost a standing ovation, and considering the way she's always ripping on him to make sure he's awake and talking about the slow jams that he's listening to during the race. But so far so good for Scotty out there. He's still got that thing pointed the right way. Still in the lead lap. It's a good race so far, but we are keeping an eye on some of the drivers that kind of started towards the front and got knocked back in the pack due to some incidents. And I am seeing that Travis Noble has worked his way back up inside the top 10 now. He's up back into 8th position, so good rebound after getting involved in an early incident. And the man on the outside of him got involved in an incident as well. Mike Casey has brought the 6 back to the top 10 as well.
Yeah, I think the cautions kind of help, if you're having a bad race, as long as you're not getting involved in an incident so you get a position, close everybody up, get another position, close everybody up. That makes it a little bit easier there for, somebody that's a little quicker and can really get around here. Mike Casey moving back up into P number 8. So the night's still early. The 6 has plenty of time to get up there. We know that these fast. Man, I thought that was going to be close there as he comes down there. Douglas Ivy. I think he noticed that as well. You see him lift a little bit and fall back just a little bit, take away some of his own momentum.
Yeah, I mean, the netcode that we've seen tonight, that would have easily been another incident right there. They almost made actual contact. I don't know if we've seen actual contact yet tonight, but that was damn near close right there. But Ivy is on a bit of a burner there as you start to move up a few positions. We look back a little further in the field here. Battle back here in the back half of the top 20. With the 30 of Hezzy Hardy on the outside, trying to move his way up here. But this is kind of the back half of the battle zones. They're 2x2x2 back here, doing plenty of battling. We see some 3 wide back here as well. But yeah, I know they were told by race control, hey, be wary. But it's hard. It's hard to pull the reins on these racehorses sometimes.
Yeah, you can't. It's very hard on drivers out there trying to compete, Carl. I mean, they want to race and try and tell them to trot instead of sprint for a horse race is not something that's easily done here for these drivers. But so obviously we just I guess to make sure if they know, I guess if net code can happen, just kind of maybe easy on your temper as it's probably not the person's fault that you thought it was. With a kick out from netcode, so that can ease some of the tension between drivers. I know there's a lot of times, on the spur of the moment, you might find yourself maybe poison blame on another driver when not necessarily he didn't do a dang thing wrong because netcode just decided to spin your car. I mean, we've seen clips. On YouTube or Facebook or I'm sure Instagram or TikTok or whatever, of some serious netcode and crashes and people going flying and those things can all happen, stemming from netcode. But a lot of good racing going on. Billy Rickett up front right now, starting to pull away just a little bit, a little over half a second over Zane Bierman. Douglas Ivy back there leading the way over Matthew Jordan and Jason Crispin there for your top 5. Levi Poland up there in 6th, up 7 spots. Michael Casey in 7th. Andrew Jones still hanging out in 8th. Kenny Kuko's back in 9th. Travis Noble has made it back up to 10th. Tony Brennan up 6 spots in 11th. Patrick Gettner back in 12th. Tanner McAllister still your biggest mover in the 17. Up the P number 13. Up 12 spots. Thomas Osborne back in 14th, and Heasy up there, up 8 spots in 15th. Paul Helms back a few spots. Wade Inger back a few spots. Ken Ewell's down a couple. Dale Garner Jr. up a couple, up in 19th. Scotty Henderson down a few, but still out there running forward. Steve Harris up a spot, even though he's lagging behind just a little bit. Michael Rakes trying to get back up there and battle around. And I don't know, I think he's a lap down. Yeah, so Michael Rakes is 1 lap down here. So 16 wants another caution, so he get back in the lead that time.
Been battling up front. It seems like Douglas Ivey is really on a burner here. I know he came in on lap number 45. I thought he only took fuel in that car, but it's kind of right around that time that maybe he took 2 tires on lap number 45, and maybe that's why he's able to drive through the field as quick as he was. I was about to mention about Billy Rickett, the fact that he got the win 2 races ago and last week. As let's go ahead and hold that, as we're gonna have another caution here. Looks like maybe Tony Brennan. See him dropping down through the order, and oh yeah, it's gonna be quite a few here. This is gonna be a pretty big one. I haven't seen any meatballs pop up yet. Well, there they go. Now it looks like Tony Brennan, Michael Rakes. We have 4 of them, and double barrel action on this one, Jimmy, going left and right.
Yeah, you can see the 65 and 30 in front of the 17, and then you go just watch them, come up here. You're gonna watch the 65 kick out right there, and then well, I think the 17 and the 33 just kind of got together just a little bit, but and the 17 is gonna get up in the wall. So a little bit, I think the 17 at fault. I think on that one, not for all the caution, but I think getting with the up farther up the wall. See what in here getting by. Michael Rakes tagging the 65. 31 just drove through the 65. Yeah, netcode at its finest with at least Tony Brennan. But yeah, they got ones on the outside. Might have been able to avoid that, but everybody's going to come down, I think, this time, Carl, as we are on lap number 61 of 125, about that halfway mark.
Yeah, I think this is tire time for sure for a lot of the drivers. They last came in on, most of them came in on the comp caution, took tires. Well, now you have most likely 3 sets of tires in the pits. Come in and take another set here. You still got another 2 for the final 75 laps of this race. You should still be fine with that for sure. But looks like a couple drivers deciding not to, at least maybe trying to get a lead lap and then come in the next time by, as Thomas Osborne, Steve Harris going to shuffle the 83 and the 134 up to the front of this field. We'll see if they decide to come in the next time by here, as it looks like trying to see who I think it was Michael Rakes that got the lucky dog to get back on the lead lap. But first out of the pits is going to be Douglas Ivey in the 33, Billy Rickett, Zane Bierman, Jason Chrisman, Matthew Jordan, Levi Poland, Mike Casey, and Travis Noble are going to be your top 10. A few drivers involved in the incident there with the meatballs, getting them cleared up. Tony Brennan, the only one that is not getting cleared up, though, Jimmy. I'm wondering if that is something where he forgot to turn on the fast repair, because I don't think the 65 was involved in anything else here tonight. But then again, well, I was going to say it looked pretty clean, but the back of that car maybe needs a few more dude wipes on the back, because it is still wrecked up pretty good in that back end.
Yeah, a little bit on that back left side. Has some pretty heavy damage, so it's something that needs to be cleaned up. But Thomas Osborne does look like he's going to stay out and get a lap led here. And obviously major movement for these 2 up front right now. And they're in on lap number 45, Carl. So, obviously trying to gain some positions here. With new tires on the other drivers, they're going to fall to the wayside pretty quickly. They got to be careful of their restart so they don't spin out. All kinds of things. And the drivers that are behind them need to know that those drivers are on older tires and, decided to stay out for track position and just kind of be careful when you're going around them and they're trying to battle. So there's a major difference with tires here. We haven't been able to see it too much here tonight so far, with all the cautions popping in and out here pretty frequently. So it's going to be a lot of, I think, strategy here from here on out, Carl. When do I pit? Do I give up track position? Do I have enough fuel to make it the rest of the way? Yada, yada, yada. So I'm sure their pit strategies are kind of going through their head right now as they're getting to that point now, just past the halfway mark, and looking forward to getting to the end of this race in one piece.
Yeah, I think again we may have seen something. With the 33, the way he drove through the field there. And this time, it looks like maybe fuel only for Douglas Ivey, only 8-second pit stop this time. So keep an eye on how much he can stay up with the rest of this field, getting 4 new tires. Certainly the front row, no tires at all because they stayed out here. The 83 gets a pretty good jump. The 134, not too bad on the outside as well. So good, because you always got to worry about when drivers towards the back of the pack and they decide to stay out and not take tires, how well of a restart they're going to get. Looks like they both go up to the high line, let the drivers that got those freshies start working their way through the field. And already Douglas Ivey to the front, Zane Bierman up there with him as well, battling for the lead. But you got Billy Rickett up there looking to the inside, almost 3 or 4 wide at the front, as Bierman to the outside. Jason Chrisman up there as well, the 83 in the wall, just a brush and back off of that. But Bierman is your new race leader here at Kentucky.
Yeah, 55 making his way to the front here and trying to start making way and maybe hopefully start pulling away if they can stay. Billy Rickett bouncing off the wall, holding on to it, slowing down. 23 checks up, keeps it clean, so giving Billy enough time to catch the car and get it back under the wraps here. 12 going underneath the 6 here, going to force him 3 wide, coming out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Looks like go through this weird part of the track. You want to see him go down below the yellow, but plenty of room by Douglas Ivey and Mike Casey for those drivers down below to kind of scoot back up on the regular racetrack, but losing a lot of momentum there, stuck in the middle.
Hopefully we finally get our run now, and it's going to be tough though because of how bunched up these drivers still are, and how racy they've been, as we still got 19 cars on the lead lap here. Michael Rakes and Shane Wheeldon are the ones battling for that lucky dog position, but you see 3 wide here, and that's one thing that is good about Kentucky and kind of a lot of the 1.5 mile tri-oval tracks is there's plenty of room for racing. I mean, you can go 3 wide here, Kentucky, pretty easily through the corners. You can say the same thing about Kansas and even Vegas. Vegas is a little bit more faster. There we go. That's better. Yeah, more better. But it is more banking as well, so it can feel a little bit more constricted because of that. But I mean, you compare it to a track like Charlotte. Charlotte is the same length. It's a 1.5 miles. It's a quad oval instead of a tri-oval, but it feels so much more constricted when it comes to the corners. It feels like it's not as wide as Kentucky is right here. And it's kind of the same thing when it comes to Talladega. You can go 3-4 wide pretty easily, but you go to Daytona and 3 wide feels tight. And they're both 2.5 mile tri-ovals there, but right now, the 98, Jason Chrisman started on the outside of the front row. Got shuffled back a couple times on some restarts, but he's kind of nailed this restart here and worked his way through the field, battling now with Bierman for the lead. Going to dive it into turn number 3. Bierman seems like he's comfortable up there on that high line to kind of defend right now, and he gets to run off the corner here at the line. Bierman is gonna hold on by about 0.2 of a second, but the 98 looking for a way around, and they see the 7 is back rolling here once again, wanting to get back to the front of this race. And as I was mentioning right before the caution came out on the last one, 2 races ago, Rickett finally broke the curse, got through it, and got to victory lane. And then last week, probably would have been the winner as well, had a late race caution not come out and kind of change the strategy for a lot of drivers. Rickett decided to stay out, and a lot of drivers coming in, and then the new tires just ate him up there at the end. And it was actually his teammate, the 70 of Travis Noble, that we ended up getting to interview. But Jimmy, I feel like now that Rickett has broke through, not for the win, but broke through and finally got his first interview, he's been wanting it every week even more.
Yeah, I mean, you get the taste, and then obviously you can do it now. So instead of being runner-up or second best each week, just trying to make his decisions and get those good runs, take care of them tires, get up front, keep good speed, and everything's kind of coming twofold there for Billy. Obviously, he's got some good runs. He does very well, and a lot of situations. And I think the only thing I've ever seen him really kind of struggle on was like long distance pace. Being able to hold on to them tires for an extended period of time. But has been doing pretty well here past few weeks. On older tires and whatnot. But when you don't have any tires to take, ooh, the 12 a little sketchy there. Was able to catch it. It's going to end up losing a few spots if Billy Rickett is able to make it by. Zane Bierman bouncing off the wall there just a little bit. Crispin's blanking out just a little bit as well. Zane trying to get back up front. But Billy Rickett going to try out to the outside here and try to take back over P2. But Matthew Scruffy Jordan in there as well on that low side, down below that yellow line there, crossing the trial or the quaddle. And Billy Rickett's going to go around. Somehow Mike Casey misses that one as the 12 goes up in the field. That's Kenny Kuko, Billy Rickett, and Andrew Jones getting involved here on this one.
That looked like a pretty heavy one there as well, and all three of them will end up getting a meatball on this. We'll take a look at here once again. The 7 all over the backside of the 55, and it almost seemed like he almost kind of was just latched onto him. Luckily, nothing there for Bierman, but you see right there the 7, the 91, and the 12. All three getting involved. Looks like trying to see who the other one is. I got a meatball. I'm sorry, Renee, but you're not going to be proud of this one. Scott Henderson is going to walk away with a meatball on this one as well. We'll try and see where Scott got involved in this, because it must have been very late, and maybe those slow jams not paying off here in the end, as I might have fell asleep on this caution right here. But keep an eye on the 72. I don't know. I don't see where it happened except right there. He got some help. He got help from the 34 there.
The 34 not slowing down very much on that one. Busted.
So Renee, don't blame Scott on this one. Don't blame Scott. This was definitely on Chris Berry right there, trying to get through the caution, the wreckage a little bit too quickly, and unfortunately going to give a meatball to the 72, but we're going to be back under caution. And while these drivers decide if they want to come into the pits or not and get another set of tires and figure out what they're going to do for the last 50 laps of the race, we're going to take a step aside here and give everyone out there in Sierra Nation a little love to hear it.
I love to hear it.
sights and sounds here for the 191 Motorsports at Kentucky Speedway, and we got some new race leaders out there because the fresh tires on lap number 75 paying off nicely for Douglas Ivey and Hezzy Hardy, as they have checked out to about 2.5, almost 3 seconds in front, as they are first and second. The 7 there of Billy Rickett is not running third. He is the first car 1 lap down back there in 15th. The next car that has fresh tires, Scott Henderson, back there in 7th, doing a good job. And the number 72 bouncing back after the incident, and he is bouncing back very nicely. Those new tires working out very well, but we were kind of watching him in the car, maybe using those tires up quite a bit, as well as now Zane Bierman going to go back around and push him back down to 8th, but at least putting himself in a good position. Now the question is, what are we looking at for fuel? We haven't seen a green flag run yet to see how far these drivers can make it on fuel. We do see Chris Perry has come into the pits, unfortunately picking up a black flag as well. Jason Chrisman was running up there for quite a bit here tonight, but you see in the chat there that the internet wasn't having it, and not sure if it was iRacing giving him the boot, or if Big Daddy dropped the hammer on him and parked the 98 here for tonight. So shame for the 98 having another fast car, but now it's gonna come down to strategy, and can these drivers make it all the way? I want to say I don't think the drivers that last pit on lap number 61 can make it all the way to the end. A 65 lap run. I know we had some cautions mixed in here and there, but that is a long way to go here on fuel. Based on the fact that they're still out there, a good 37 laps on the fuel here so far. Maybe the drivers that pit on lap number 75, the ones that have those fresh tires that are working out so nicely right now, maybe they can make it to the end. They're going to have to make it a 50-lap run here all the way to the end if we stay green. And right now, drivers doing a good job here.
Scott's yelling. Hey, it seems okay at the moment when they...
Whatever works. Sometimes you got to let out a little anger, a little woosah, a little in between there. But I mean, it's still working. He's probably yelling as much as his tires are yelling right now, because he was definitely using them up, cranking that wheel a little bit, maybe too much in the number 72. But he's still up there in the top 10, up 6 spots from where he started. But Hezzy Hardy now is your new leader, getting around Douglas Ivey at the front of this field, as he is up 22 spots. Started back there in 23rd. Not sure if he didn't put a qualifying effort in, but either way, he is up 22 spots right now. He's questionably on the right strategy here tonight. We'll see if it plays out. I mean, even if they all don't have to pit, they're on the right strategy. If they all do have to pit, they're on the right strategy. If the drivers on lap 61 have to and they don't have to, they're on the right strategy. Really, the only thing that can derail this right here is, one, if they get involved with each other and take each other out, or another yellow comes out and puts everybody back on the same strategy. But other than that, Jimmy, I think these two right now are easily in the catbird seat.
Yeah, they might be. I mean, they're kind of pulling away from Mike Casey back there, who climbed his way back up in the 3rd spot, and Hizzy now running a little bit higher side. I was kind of hopping on board a few cars, kind of over the hood there to see if we could hear anybody doing any extensive lifting or anything, but nothing that I haven't seen like out of the norm. Kind of go in the corner, you lift the car for its turn, you get back on the gas nice and easy. And that seems to be the play here. Douglas Ivey able to kind of keep things going here. Had a great start for the race here. Now taking the lead back over Hezzy. Hezzy up 21 spots, so he's very through the race at the moment. For the field, so doing a fantastic job there. And then number 30, new tires always do help, but can he hold on to it here for another 23 laps? I guess we're gonna figure out. If they all need to pit. When is that pit stop? Who's got to come in? I'll go ahead and bring up the timing tower. You can see when the drivers last pit. Like you said, 1 and 2 were in on lap 75. Everybody else was in at 61, all the way back down to 9th place, and that would be Scott Henderson. And if the drivers have to pit that were in on lap 61, and the drivers that pit on 75 do not, well, Scott Henderson could be looking at a Q3. So he's in the right
Hold your
spot.
breath, Renee. Hold your breath.
you could be talking up here in the booth here tonight if he has the right cards here tonight, because then back all the way back in 13th is Andrew Jones, and he's the next one that was in on lap 75. That is on the lead lap. So, but you can see Steve Harris was out there. He just last time that he came in for lap 45, Carl. So we're on lap 104. So that's pushing like 60, 60 some laps. So I'm gonna say we might be good to go, even for those drivers in that 61 time frame. So kind of our tattletale car here of Steve Harris being up there in 14th, up 8 spots from the start. Wasn't the fastest driver out there, but just good pit stops, able to stay on the lead lap and work the strategy here and kind of get himself a good middle of the pack finish here tonight. Great job there for Steve, handling what the cars are given to him and just kind of running his own race, just staying out of the way and just trying to keep safe here tonight. But Douglas Ivy leading the pack here right now, and Heasy on his heels. 20 laps to go. When will Heasy try to muster up another run there on the 33? We do not know. So I'll see if Heasy got anything for Douglas Ivy. Obviously qualifying in the opposite ends of the field here tonight. But Heasy just kind of in a great spot. 2 new tires. And getting a chance to get up front there. You see Billy Rickett obviously was fast, in the beginning there, and just finding himself a lap down, so in 15th. So first car to get that lucky dog would be the 7 at the moment. But right now the caution would have to come. But 19 laps to go. Driver's doing a great job. See if we can see any battle in action, and it's back here with the likes of Travis Noble, Paul Helms, and Zane Bierman. Scott Henderson back there in the back there in ninth. So yeah, this is kind of the battlefield at the moment. This is where the closest racing is. And then we got another one back here with Dale Gunner Jr. And Michael Rake, Sandra Jones for within the top 15.
Yeah, I mean, based on Steve Harris still being out there, I don't see why they wouldn't be good to go here to the end. I mean, heck, it's at this point, maybe Steve Harris is good to go to the end from lap 45 and making this thing on 80 laps. They must have packed these things full of fuel here tonight. Trying to see if there's anything in the rules. I'm not seeing anything there, so maybe it is full fuel in these cars here tonight, and they can go a good long way, and that's what they're doing right now. Steve Harris is still out there, and we are well past the range of where they would need to be if they came into the pits on lap 75, or if they came in on lap 61. They're good to go to the end. Michael Rakes came out on 59. I would think he's good to go to the end here as well. So may have seen the last pit stops, at least for 90% of this field. Maybe 1 or 2 cars getting a little close. Thomas Osborne was in the pits 2 laps ago, and maybe that was just to get some fresh tires and just feel more comfortable for the end of this race. But this could be the battle for the win right here between Douglas Ivy and Hezzy Hardy, pending any kind of late race shenanigans, anybody getting involved in any kind of incidents, bringing out the caution late. That's the only way everybody else is going to be back in this race. As it stands right now, it is a 3-second gap between Ivy and Hardy back to Michael Casey in 3rd. Scruffy Jordan still having a good race up there in 4th after he had the pole here to start. Patrick Gettner in 5th. Then you got Paul Helms, Zane Bierman, Travis Noble, Scott Henderson, and Ken Ewell for your top 10. Once again, I want to thank everyone out there in CR Nation for tuning in. Get that like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And thank our sponsors here, Kim's Cups and More, Beyond the Edge, and One Vision EMS and Transports.
Yes, Scott, even running a totally different line from the other drivers, a little bit lower, even staying out of the draft here and just running his own line here. I know the draft isn't huge here, Carl. It always seemed to be one of those weird tracks. We've seen, matter of fact, the street stocks. We come here, and that was like pack racing with them here, and they get 1 car, man, just be solo. He'd be driving away from a pack of 3 or 4. It was really kind of awkward kind of situation when it came to trying to use the draft here with the street stock cars.
Yeah, it's different no matter what you bring to these tracks. It seems like I don't want to say like every update that they bring, but it seems like more and more often we're starting to see different cars kind of react differently to the aero wash coming off the cars in front of them, and maybe not seeing it as much with the Gen 6s here, but you're definitely seeing something. As it looks like Dale Gardner Jr. having some issues blinking in and out here, unless that was me on my side.
I didn't see any flickering on my side.
I'm getting some. No, it's on me. I'm getting some quality issues on my side. Hopefully, hopefully I don't lose you here at the end of this race, because I just lost sound from iRacing right now too. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I can still see the race. I still see what's going on.
Well, Douglas Ivy is leading this thing right now with 12 laps to go. Make that 11 with Heasy on the tail there. Obviously he needs to muster up a good run and get to the 33 out of position, get underneath for a pass, and he's going to do that here coming off the turn number 2 down the backstretch. Heasy trying to go for a move here. Is it too early? We will find out. Or can Heasy get out front of that 33 and muster up a run here and kind of start pulling away? And if Heasy was kind of relaxing on his tires a little bit in order to make this move, that could be the case, but we'll see what Ivy has for an answer here on this next lap, as Ivy now down to the inside. So a little back and forth action here between the leaders, as they have a nice little 3-second gap over by Casey back there.
Yeah, coming down to the end of it, looks like my quality issues have cleared themselves up, but I still don't have any sound, so that's cool. But it doesn't matter. I can hear what really matters, and that's me and you talking here at the end, as still a battle here between Hardy and Ivy. But now it looks like maybe Hardy was kind of holding back there a little bit and trying to save his tires for a late race push, because we're down to under 10 laps to go now. Looking at a battle here just outside the top 10, 31 of Garner Jr. to the inside of Rakes. They're right behind the 3 of Andrew Jones, and got the 19 of Ken Ewell back there as well. So 11th, 12th, and 13th, and you can even throw a 10th in there as they're chasing down the 3 of Andrew Jones, who's going to get the last spot in the top 10 here. Really the closest battling on the track right now. Could throw these 3 under a blanket here for 11th through 13th.
Yeah, and obviously right down to the end, we're coming down. So I just figured before we venture up to the front here, as they're still battling, but he's starting to cool away just a little bit over Douglas Ivy, as he did get back around for the lead here in that number 30, trying to now drive away. So like I said, Heasy could have been sitting on some tires when you're riding behind somebody, using the draft a little bit, or some fuel, just lifting early, letting that draft kind of suck you into the corner. And not burn up your tires too much. There's all kinds of strategies that you can do. And we were talking about Scotty and just drive when he was driving, the amount of steering input. And it could be wrong, because I've seen the steering wheel do some awkward things.
Cranking back and forth.
From doing the camera, we were actually at Le Mans, and it looked like our drivers were using a controller. The way it was snapping back and forth, it was kind of ridiculous, and I know that wasn't the case, but yeah, so very interesting. But either way, Heasy's out front right now over Douglas Ivy. Michael Casey has found his way back into P number 3, just kind of hanging on there, closing in the gap just a little bit, but I think he's running out of time. Scrappy Jordan, after starting on the pole, finds himself in P number 4. Patrick Gentner up there in P number 5. He started up there in 4th. Paul Helms up a few spots in 6th, and then Zane Bierman is back to 7th, feeling some pressure there by Travis Noble. Look on the outside, and don't look too much farther back. And there's Scotty Henderson up there in the top 10, in P number 9, up 6 spots from the start. So good finishing effort here by number 72 so far. And Andrew Jones for your top 10. Dale Garner Jr. in at 11th, and Michael Rakes, Ken Ewell, Billy Rickett, Shane Wheeldon, Wade Inyart, and then Steve Harris back here in 17th. Tom Sosborne, Robbie Miner, Levi Poland, Chris Perry, Jason Crispin, Kenny Kuko, Tony Brennan, and McAllister. We'll go back up in front here, switch the camera quick, as we got 4 laps to go, as Heasy looking to be get his first win of the season.
Yeah, correct. There would be the fifth different winner here on the season is what Hardy's looking to do, and it seems like maybe just hanging back behind the 33 of Ivy for a few laps has really paid off here and saved his tires here for the end for a late race push. As coming across the line now, 3 laps to go for the 30. Shout out to Ashley out there rooting on the 43 and the 20. Certainly 43 having a really good run up there in the top 5 for getting there. And looking like he's going to finish there, at least in the top 5. Maybe still battling for 4th place with Jordan. But at the front of the field, it is the 30 and the 33 pulling off the right strategy at the right time. We had a few cautions, kind of maybe not back to back to back, but we had a few that were kind of mixed up in there for a while, and you didn't know when that last one was going to come. They decided to come in on the last caution that we had. And it looks like it's going to be the last caution that we're going to have here tonight. And that was absolutely the right strategy, the right call. They had the tires to get to the front and check out. And that's what they did, as they are going to have just a few more laps to go. And we're going to see, either way, our 5th different winner here on the season. Looks like the 83 maybe just trying to unlap himself. He's got newer tires from lap number 105. But final lap here as the white flag flies here at Kentucky. Again, this will be the end of the first half of the season. And looking to have 5 different winners over the first 7 races, which is what you want to see as a league owner and as a league in general. You want to see some parity out there. As that got a little spicy right there. Don't want to take the leader out in the final corners. He doesn't, and it is going to be the 30 of Ezzy Hardy coming home, the winner here tonight at Kentucky. As my sound's trying to come back now randomly. I can hear the crowd now again. So the crowd certainly cheering for the 30 because I can hear it. And Douglas Ivy's going to come home in second. Michael Casey going to round out your top 3. Gordon and Gettner going to come home for your top 5. Helms, Jones, Bierman, Scotty Henderson, and Travis Noble for your top 10. And Jimmy, I feel like if Scott ever gets himself up there into victory lane, we got to figure out a way to get Renee in here to do the interview on Scott. But either way, good run for a lot of these drivers, and really strategy and having the right strategy at the right time was definitely the call here tonight. It got the 30 into victory lane.
Yeah, 30 getting here in the victory lane here for tonight, and gonna stop down there at the start finish line and burn her down here just a little bit just to celebrate. So yeah, welcome to the winner's circle there. He is definitely well deserved here tonight, surviving the net codes and the cautions and having the right pit strategy at the right time and find your way into victory lane. We'll get a chance to talk to him and the other podium finishers, but while he's celebrating, we'll go ahead and throw up the standings for everybody so you can see them all on the screen at once. As you can see, he was your winner with Douglas Ivy, Michael Casey, Matthew Jordan, Patrick Gettner for your top 5, Paul Helms, Andrew Jones, Zane Bierman, Scott Henderson, and Travis Noble for your top 10, Dale Garner Jr., Michael Rakes, Ken Ewell, Billy Rickett, Shane Wielden, Wade Inyart, Steve Harris, Thomas Osborne, and then for the rest of the field in 19th, Robbie Miner, Levi Poland, Chris Perry, Jason Chrisman, Kenny Kuko, Tony Brennan, and Tanner McAllister for a full 25 driver field here at the Kentucky racetrack.
Definitely a good one, and a reminder that next week 191 Motorsports will not be in their regular session, as they have the week off, but that we will have quite a few of them competing in the CRN Cup coming up next Sunday night. So it'll be a happy Father's Day to everyone, and it's a CRN Cup that is starting to be dubbed as the Who's Your Daddy Cup, to see which league is the top dog here for all of CRN Nation. But want to thank everyone out there again for tuning in, and hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really helps out these leagues get their name out there, get their videos out there and up there in the YouTube algorithm for people searching for some good racing. But we'll get our top 3 here up for their interviews. Just want to make sure everybody is in their channels. It looks like we're still waiting for our winner. So
closing in on 1,800 subscribers, as that number is quickly quickly coming, or I should say slowly and steadily, as the subscribers continue to subscribe or to CRN. So, like I said, if like Carl said, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe. It does push the algorithm up. It's pretty common now to just type in Core Racing Network and you get videos. So that's good to see for these drivers and obviously for the channel. So we appreciate it.
Well, let's go ahead and start the interviews here tonight. Third place is going to go to the 6 of Mike Casey. First of all, happy birthday. You get yourself on the podium for the birthday. I would think that you kind of want this back here a little bit. Wishing maybe for one more caution to have the right set of tires on at the right time. But I guess you kind of finished best out of the rest.
Yeah, I appreciate the happy birthday wishes. I seen everybody's very generous comments in the chat about me, so I appreciate everybody that took the time to tell me happy birthday. But yeah, it just another one of those races where I kind of got caught up. I got caught up in a wreck very early, had to use a fast repair. I was trying to make my way through the field patiently without just killing people, and I think I got inside the top 5, and then it looked like Billy Rickett, Levi, and a couple other guys got caught up in a wreck, and I actually took some nose damage from that wreck, so my car was pushing real bad, and we never did get the late yellow at the end like I was kind of hoping, so I stayed out and dug, and the number 33 or 31 were on fresh tires, and I just didn't have anything for them, so just one of those races where we had the speed in the 6 car, just the race just didn't come to me, just the way it works sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know what's the worst feeling going through, yellow after yellow as you guys had a little bit of a spell there at the beginning.
Sure.
And hoping that the yellows end, or you get to that point where you were hoping for one more caution.
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword because nobody wants to see a bunch of yellows. We had some people driving pretty aggressive at the beginning of this thing, and then it kind of cleaned up a bit. But I was happy to make my way up to the front, and I thought I was safe, and I was going to just try to cruise. And then, of course, I get some pretty good nose damage on the front of the 6 car, and it caused the car to plow for the rest of that race. And then I was like, well, we're going to get a yellow. I know it's going to happen. And sure enough, we did. Everybody did a great job of kind of calming down a little bit, relaxing, and getting back in the groove. And, green flag run. So it kind of, wish for a yellow, but at the same time, didn't want to see no more than what we had. But is what it is. Still P3. Ain't bad.
Well, I think when you go back here and take a look at it, you'll realize a little bit that there was some maybe aggressive driving here and there, but netcode was a huge problem early in this race, and that caused I think everyone but maybe one of the cautions here tonight, unfortunately. But I guess the next question that I know I'm wondering, and I'm sure maybe some of your 191 compatriots here are wondering, is you guys are off next week, but CRN is not. We got the CRN Cup coming up. We don't see you out there. Do you have plans for Father's Day, or do you have plans for running in the CRN Cup?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't decided if I'm gonna run, so I'm just keeping everybody on their toes.
All right. I
seen all the comments, the friendly nice comments. So I was like, oh, well, I ain't telling you all nothing. So that's a secret for me, buddy. Sorry.
Nice. A little 11th hour sign up. I like it.
There you go.
Either way, congrats on the podium here tonight. Hopefully we see you next week, but if not, we'll see you in a couple weeks here on CRN for the normal 191 Motorsports. But before we let you go here tonight, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, as always, appreciate you guys at CRM for putting on our shows. Appreciate everybody on YouTube watching. Want to give a shout out to my wife for my birthday weekend, hanging out with me and spending time with my family. So it was a good birthday. Didn't really do a whole lot, but it was nice to spend time with her. And I was on call for work, so it wasn't too exciting. Actually worked a little bit on my birthday, so. But shout out to the family, everybody on YouTube watching. I want to give a shout out to AMR Paintworks. He does all my paints, and I know he tunes in every once in a while. So no sponsor affiliation. I've worked with him for a few years, and he does a great job, and also takes care of a lot of guys in the league. So shout out to AMR Paintworks on Facebook. He's a heck of a guy. Shout out to One Vision EMS and Transport, Richard Hartman. Hope Richard's doing good. He injured his foot, and he's not been able to race with us, so I hope he's doing good. Wade and them over at Kim's Cups and More, we obviously appreciate them. And then Beyond the Edge, newer sponsor for us. We appreciate them. But that's all I got. Congratulations to Doug and Heezy on the win tonight in their podium, and I probably just butchered his name, so I apologize. But anyways, that's a wrap for me tonight before I butcher anything else, and appreciate you guys broadcasting everything.
Yeah, we probably said his name about 20 different ways here, so far. So,
Yeah.
we'll find it one way or another. He'll tell us how to say it, and we'll probably still screw it up because that's
And I think he's told me before, and I still butchered it. Shout out to that guy that got the win. How about that? Good job, Doug.
Okay. All right, buddy. Well, congrats on the podium here tonight. Like I said, hopefully we'll see you next week. But if not, enjoy this one. Enjoy your birthday, and let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, happy early Father's Day to everybody out there, too. So we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
I appreciate that, buddy. That is your third place finisher here tonight. The 6 of Michael Casey. Second place here tonight, Jimmy, is going to go to the 33 of Douglas Ivy.
Hey, Doug, Jimmy, and Carl up in the booth. Copy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, welcome to the booth, man. Obviously, you had that number 33 Rebel machine kind of fired up from the get-go, and obviously you got that great pick strategy call there on lap number 35, allowing you to kind of be out front with some newer tires. But the 30 kind of hung back there just a little bit, tagging on that rear bumper, and I think he was saving some tires on you, and was able to get around you for the win. But you had a great run, great start to the race, and obviously a podium here. So give us a little rundown of your race and how it was.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I in the practice session we had, I knew I had some speed there. I finally figured out how to run 3 and 4 and not completely burn my tires up early, which I did in the first season I ran with 191, and just wanted to make sure I didn't money shift like I did that race and blow my engine and have no luck going. So I kind of got off strategy when I took those right sides only and made it to the front. Caution came out. So I was like, well, I'll put the lefts on and maybe it'll even it out. And it never did. So when I took that opportunity to pit on whatever lap that was, I was honestly surprised more people didn't come down. And it just happened. Luck finally went my way. So
It feels good when you make a decision that wasn't everybody else's, and you get the opportunity to have that little better tire out there, and makes things feel good, especially when you're out front. I think the only thing that would have been even with the caution, unless you didn't have any tires in the pits or anything, I think you guys still would have been in a good situation here for the finish. But you get it done here tonight. You finally get that number 33 machine on the podium here. So we want to say congratulations and give you some time for any shouts you might have in that number 33.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I know I had one more set in the pit, so even if a caution would have came out, I think it would have been okay. But I just want to give a shout out to all the sponsors, Kim's Cups and More, One Vision EMS and Transports, and then Beyond the Edge, and also Mike and all the admins in here that put this thing on, because this is one of the best leagues that I run in. It's a lot of fun, not a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on that make some of these leagues bad. So also want to give a shout out to my family and my fiance for letting me come on here and play race car driver for a couple hours, and also to Hezzy, hometown buddy, getting the W. I knew once he passed me and then I passed him back and saw him sitting there about 2/10, I was like, he's probably just riding and saving, and that's exactly what he did. So he outsmarted me on that one.
He got you on the alley-oop, but either way, you still got a great finish here tonight. So again, congratulations, man. Thank you for the shout-outs, and we'll let you go celebrate this one with your friends and family.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks for all y'all do, guys.
Yes, sir.
That is your second place finisher here tonight, the 33 of Douglas Ivy, coming up one spot short, but he had the right sponsor on there. He had the whiskey, the bourbon sponsor on there for the bourbon 188 here tonight. But top spot here tonight is going to go to the 30 of Hezzy Hardy. He kind of sat back there like a lion in the savannah, just stalking your prey, just waiting and saving those tires. And man, once you finally made that last move, I don't think there was anything that Douglas could do to try and run you back down. It seemed like you got to that lead, you got that fresh air, and you checked out to get your win here tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I ended up getting off sequence about halfway through the race because of getting caught up with some stuff, and hoping that if it went green, that it would be good for both Doug and I on strategy. There at the end, I think we had probably somewhere between 30, maybe 40 laps to go, and I rode to about the last 10 or 15 behind him, just kind of watching his lines where he was getting in, getting off at, just kind of buying time, trying to save tires, keeping them just about hand length away. And then about 10 to go, I wanted to try to put a little bit of fire on him. He ended up washing up a little bit. I think coming out of 2, I was able to get under him. And once I got in a clean air, like you said, it was over from there. It felt so much better.
So talk to me about the strategy call. Obviously, the strategy call that got you and Ivy the top 2 spots here tonight, taking those tires on lap number 75. I mean, it's tough. You know, we talked to Mike Casey. You hate races that have quite a few cautions early on, but then you got to try and figure out when that last caution is going to be. You almost got to be Nostradamus and try and predict when that last caution is going to be. You guys chose lap 75, and you bingoed it.
Yeah, mine had kind of happened more or less by happenstance. I ended up getting in, like I said, getting caught up in somebody's mess, so that I went in and took 4 tires due to flat spotting and things of that nature. So I was down an extra set, so I had to stretch out, I think maybe somewhere between 50 or 60 laps to have an extra set for the end if need be. And right there when we went into pit, I think it was lap 175, I felt comfortable enough. I had an extra set if we had a dash or trying to split it 25 and 25 if things needed to be. I think based on kind of our conversations, Doug and I, we tried to get on the same, and he was kind of the spearhead through the pack till we got up towards the front. We just hope and prayed for it to stay green.
Yeah. Yeah, and it worked out perfectly for you guys, as you were able to check out by a good 3 seconds, and it's going to have a battle of your own up there at the front and get you through for your first win of the season. And I mean, it's got to feel good to end the first half with a win. You got a whole second half of the season. You came in 16th in points. This is going to certainly boost you up there closer to the top 10. Do you feel like there's any shot of you kind of running up the order here, maybe making a shot at the title before the season ends?
We're definitely going to give it our best shot. I wasn't able to attend the last couple of races. I think I was running maybe P4 in points prior to, I believe it was Indy. So hopefully here the second half of the season, I'll be able to keep it up there, at least getting towards the end and kind of see where the chips fall. Hopefully Lady Luck falls on mine and Doug and everybody else's side again here towards the end.
Well, you come home with the win here in the Bourbon Trail 188 tonight here in Kentucky. So I want to say congratulations here for the CRN booth before we let you go and get out of here. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
I first give you a shout out for you guys awesome coverage coming in, week out, and providing some awesome commentary, awesome coverage for us. We really appreciate you guys. You guys don't have to, but you guys do. I appreciate Doug for teammate for working, trying to get strategy, trying to work with each other, just talking through everything. The boys back at the shop for putting an awesome engine, awesome ride together tonight at Kentucky. We weren't feeling too confident in practice, but we ended up logging some laps in the race and getting things under control. So we appreciate everything you guys do, everything guys here at 191 Motorsports do. Mike Casey, Paul Helms, all the other admins I'm not including. So it's a great place.
I appreciate the shout outs there, buddy. We'll let you go celebrate this win. Hopefully we'll see some more wins, some more podiums here for you in the second half. Make a run at this championship, but either way, take some time to celebrate this one.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you again.
That is your winner here tonight, the 30 of Hezzy Hardy, getting it done here, becoming the 5th different winner here in the first 7 races. Love to see the parity like that. I want to say thanks again to Kim's Cup some more, Beyond the Edge, and One Vision EMS and Transports for the sponsorship. And before we go here, Jimmy, I'm kind of noticing another thing here with Hezzy Hardy. I know we got a driver on Thursday nights in VVR that we always talk about, starting in the back and running up through the field, and he enjoys that. And that's Michael Pratt there in the 77 over there and Virtual Velocity Racing Series. But I'm looking at the standings here, and I know Hezzy hasn't been here for a few races. That's why he's down there in the points. But his average start position 20th, average finish 11th. Obviously, the average finish is going to go up a little bit and get a little bit better now. But are we seeing another back to front driver, another driver that likes to start in the back and run through the front? I don't know. Well, we'll see how it plays out in the second half of this season here so far, and whatever works. Got him the win here tonight. I want to thank everyone out there in CR Nation again for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe and get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. But for myself and Jimmy from the Kentucky Speedway, we'll see you at the track.
Peace.
drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep, somebody blinks, somebody weeps, rear view mirror full of smoke, cut me off, I won't lift, that'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line, chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside, get you some. Hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, lead race live, and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside, get you some. Hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. Admin's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep, somebody blinks, somebody weeps, rear view mirror full of smoke, cut me off, I won't lift, that'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line, chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside, get you some. Hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide jumps in from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight. Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide jumps in from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some. Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, discord popping. Somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it. There he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. Admin's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, discord popping. Somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it. There he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight. Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, disco popping. Somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it. There he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. Admin's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, disco popping. Somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it. There he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide jumps in from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight. Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide jumps in from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, uptight. Disco popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. Admin's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night. Engine screaming, fists uptight. Disco popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from out